Hello everyone. In this video, let us discuss about the obturating techniques. So before entering into the obturation technique, let us discuss some basics about it. So what is an endodontic triad? So endodontic triad, we have historical and contemporary. So in historical triad, we had debridement, sterilization and apical seal. Here they gave importance to apical seal. Okay. In contemporary, diagnosis plays an important role, anatomy and debridement, which includes your irrigation protocol also, and 3D obturation. So here they gave more important towards apical seal. Now we are giving importance to 3D obturation in order to obtain a fluid tight hermetic seal. So it should be fluid tight and then it should also be a hermetic three-dimensional seal. Okay. So what is obturation? According to American Association of Endodontics, obturation is a technique or a method. Okay, it's a method which is used to fill and seal a cleaned and shaped root canal using a root canal sealer and core filling material. That is basic is after we are going to clean a canal and we are going to do the biomechanical preparation. After when the canal is ready, we are going to fill the canal and we are going to seal it. So with what? We are going to seal it with root canal sealer and core filling material. Okay. So do you have any kind of clinical criteria for obturation? Yes. When the canal is reasonably dry without any fluid seepage, so you can go for obturation. So Schilder's objectives. So here I am describing the Schilder's objective with relation to the root canal preparation for obturation by warm vertical compaction method. So the biomechanical preparation should be such a way that it should be tapering funnel from the orifice to the root apex. Then the shape of the apical foramen should not be changed, and most importantly the apical foramen should be kept as small as practical when you are going to do a warm vertical compaction method, especially because one of the disadvantage of a warm vertical compaction method is overfilling of the canals. In order to avoid that, we should make sure that the apical foramen is kept as small as practical as possible. Okay. Now let us discuss about the different techniques. First technique is lateral compaction technique. So mechanical lateral compaction technique was given by Gound et al. So after doing your root canal preparation, after your irrigation and after drying the canal, now place the master cone, take a radiograph and make sure that your master cone fits at the working length, which is actually 1 mm short from your radiographic apex. Okay. Then place it in the working length and fill the tuck back so that you can obtain good apical seal. Then choose the spreader such that it reaches 1 to 2 mm of the prepared root length. Okay. So why we are using a spreader in lateral compaction is that we use spreader to create the space for placing the accessory canal, as we could see in the image, and this process is repeated. And this is lateral compaction technique. So what are the important considerations? So when you are going to use a spreader, don't give excessive forces, excessive lateral forces. So if you are going to give excessive lateral forces, it can even cause cracks. Okay, just place it and push it apically to little extent in order to create space for your accessory cone and give mild pressure. Okay, don't give excessive pressure. So another disadvantage of lateral compaction is your sealer to your GP ratio. Okay, the sealer to GP ratio is high in lateral compaction and compared to the vertical compaction, and the amount of voids that is going to form during your obturation can also be high. So now let us discuss about the vertical compaction technique. It is given by Schilder. Okay. So similarly, we are going to do the root canal preparation, and then finally we are going to check with your master cone, and the fit must be 1 to 2 mm from the apical stop. Place the coat the sealer in the canal and also in your GP. Now take the selected heated plugger. So now we have to select the plugger. So plugger, we should select the plugger such that it fits 3 to 5 mm short from your working length. The pluggers are pre-fitted at 5 mm interval so as to capture the maximum cross section of GP. Now the plugger, we are going to heat the plugger, and the heated plugger, with the help of heated plugger, we are going to condense the GP. So now your apical filling will be done. So we are going to condense the GP, and we are going to place the plugger until the heat is going to be minimized. So when the heat is minimized, just shake off and then you take it off. Now the apical filling will be left behind and the remaining part will come out. Okay. So here now your apical filling will be done. So now obturate the remaining canal with small heated GP and condense. This is Schilder's technique. So the next one is your system B continuous wave of condensation technique. So this here I will describe mostly about the alpha filling. That is, we will place a master cone and then we will select the Buchanan plugger. That is a plugger that fits 5 mm, 3 to 5 mm short of the working length. So here system B plugger is chosen. So we have different sizes of this plugger and we have to choose the appropriate one, which fits around 5 mm short of the working length and captures the maximum cross section of GP. Now this plugger, we need not heat it externally. It can be heated by itself with the help of an electronic mechanism. You just need to press the buttons and your tip will automatically get heated. So now condense the GP with the plugger after heating it. Then push the plugger 2 to 3 mm from the binding point. Then maintain apical pressure. Going to heat it for 1 second and then pass to allow the plugger to cool. So after the plugger is cool, just shake it off and take it out. So remove the plugger. Now your apical filling will be done. Now do the backfill by any means. So the basic difference here is, here we are going to use a plugger and we are going to heat it externally. But here in this technique, we have a plugger that can heat it by itself by an electronic mechanism. Then Optura heated Gattapaka and high heat system. Here we are going to use your GP in a flowable state. Okay, we will have specific needles for that. We will have specific unit which will look like a gun type, where we can load your Gattapaka pellet, and then electronically it will get heated and it will extrude through your tip. Okay, now let's see. Now select the plugger. So similarly we have to select the pluggers also. Then place the Optura needle 3 to 5 mm short of the apex. Through this needle our flowable GP will come out. So after we are placing this GP into the canal, we should condense it with the help of the plugger. And this is Optura heated system. Okay. Next is Mexpad compaction technique. Here we are going to use Mexpad compactor, which resembles a reverse headstrom file. This instrument we will place it in a latch type handpiece and it will rotate around 8000 to 15,000 RPM. Now this compactor is rotated along the side of a GP cone inside the canal wall. So when we are going to rotate it, so frictional heat will be generated which softens the GP. The design of the blade forces the material and apically, forces the material apically, thereby the obturation can be done. The next technique is Chicago technique or sectional method. Here we will choose the appropriate master cone and then we will cut them into segments, and the segments will be sequentially placed in the canal and they will be condensed with the help of an heated plugger. This is Chicago technique. Now let us discuss about the solid core carrier technique. Here you will have a kind of carrier in which the GP will be coated. The carrier can be a plastic or a metal one, a stainless steel or titanium or a plastic one. It comes in ISO standard dimension. So now we have to select the obturator depending upon our preparation. Take a radiograph and then preheat this carrier in a thermoprep oven and then coat the sealer in your canal space and place it to the working length. And working time is around 10 seconds. Okay. Then use a burr to cut the shaft and condense the remaining GP with condenser. Here the carrier will be within the canal. Okay. Then next is successful. In successful, you will have a carrier and then you will have GP separately. You have to heat the GP and then you will have to coat the GP in your carrier and place it into the canal. Okay. So here your GP will be coated in your carrier and it will be readily available. Here you have to coat the GP in the carrier. Okay. Apical third filling, simply fill obturation. Here it is to complement the canal shape by light speed. Simply fill SS carrier. It can be removed when turned counterclockwise with apical Gattapaca plug. So you will have a carrier and an apical Gattapaca plug. After placing into the canal, you are just going to turn it in counterclockwise. The carrier will come off and the apical plug will remain in the canal. This is a simply fill obturation. Then fiber fill. Fiber fill, you will have a resin post plus an obturator with a apical 5 to 7 mm of GP. Okay, this is a thin flexible filament coated with GP. Then apical third filling, in case of an apexification, we can go with MTA, calcium hydroxide. Then you also have dentin chip filling. So what is trifecta obturation? Okay, trifecta obturation is where the apical filling is done with successful GP. That is, the successful, you will have a carrier, you have to heat the GP specifically designed for it in a specific oven, and then you are going to coat the GP and place it in the canal. And this technique you will also remove the carrier and the remaining portion will be filled with ultrafill GP. Ultrafill is a low heat system. So here you will heat your GP in around 70 to 90 degrees centigrade and then you will backfill the remaining portion. In modified trifecta technique, apical filling will be done with successful and remainder with lateral compaction. Okay, now let me discuss about lateral warm compaction of GP. We saw about the cold lateral compaction. Now here we are discussing about the warm compaction, that in a lateral manner. So we have Endotech 2. Here length control with warm Gattapaca technique. So we know about the main disadvantage of an warm Gattapaca technique is the apical extrusion of GP. So here in this technique you will have a plugger which can be heated, which can be used in a similar way which you are going to do for a lateral compaction. It is battery operated. Okay. So Gattaflow, here it is cold compaction technique. Here your GP will be available in a flowable form along with a sealer and you can just flow the GP into the canal. Okay, here you need not heat the GP. That is why we are using the term cold. So this GP is known to expand after setting, which is a kind of a good advantage because most of the sealers and heated GP have concerns on a shrinkage after setting. So here this kind of Gattaflow expands after setting and that is an important point to know. Nowadays the squid obturation is very famous. Here this is based on non-master cone based obturation. Okay, obturation material is extruded from the cartridge tip end in segments or in one squid with heated obturation material and compacted. So it is basically a non-master cone based. We are going to extrude the GP and we are going to just compact it with the plugger. So when writing about the obturation, we have to also mention about the ultrasonic condensation of GP and also about the chemical modification of GP with chloroform for completion's sake. Then Goldberg et al. Compared Obtura 2 cold lateral fill and hybrid technique, where he found that Obtura 2 system gave better fill. Okay, I hope this video was easy to follow. Thank you.